Welcome to Bobby Does Recaps. This is The Walking Dead Dead City, Season 2. Season 1 ended with the real power in Manhattan stepping out of the shadows. A woman called the Dama. She wanted Negan and used Hershel to lure him in. Before the world ended, the Dama was a theater critic, and not a chill one. She physically attacked a playwright she reviewed. And in the apocalypse, that energy found a bigger outlet. Now she runs Manhattan on methane harvested by decomposing walkers. It's gross, but gas is gas and energy's power. Her pitch is simple. Annie and Joshua are being held in Missouri. Be my general or they suffer. Family comes first, so Negan takes the deal. Partially because he has no choice, but also partially because he hopes he'll be able to get out of this situation as he has time and time again. His only real friend inside Manhattan is Victor. He's quiet, thoughtful, and plays the violin. There's some irony there. Negan makes his first mistake, delays a cannon attack just long enough to let Hershel off a boat. Tiny act of mercy. The Dama responds by taking out his only friend Victor right in front of him. It's a shockingly clear message. Meanwhile, New Babylon wants Manhattan's methane. They send Governor Charlie Bird, Pearlie Armstrong, and a small military force to secure the methane. And the Dama responds with methane bombs. Charlie Bird does not make it, but most of the party does survive due to Negan's help. This is the same boat Maggie and Hershel were on that I mentioned earlier. The survivors make it to shore, and now Lieutenant Lucia Narvaez is in charge. Wasting no time, she seizes the Foragers, a peaceful group living in Central Park, and publicly hangs their leader Roxana when she refuses to join them. I guess she's a fan of shocking clear messages as well. Her next move is arresting Pearlie for lying about killing Negan. The person who gave him up was Ginny. He gave her a ride home last season. I guess no good deed goes unpunished. Enter Bruegel. He runs a rival gang, the Silk Stockings, and his main power in the city revolves around running Walker gladiator fights. His star attraction is Tony, undefeated, unstoppable, also not a walker. He's a beast of a man dressed up to rig fights. Negan figures it out. This forces Bruegel to slit Tony's throat in order to hide the truth. Now, Negan has leverage on him, and his champion is gone, which means he has every reason to want Negan dead. The Croat has been the Dama's loyal attack dog since season 1. Negan decides to use that against her. He quietly works on the Croat's paranoia, tells him the Dama sees him as disposable, that she's planning to cut him loose. The Croat, whose entire identity is built around loyalty and being chosen, can't shake it. After a heated argument, he abandons her inside a burning office and just walks away. Even the most loyal dog will turn after enough abuse. With the Dama gone, Negan seizes the opportunity and takes complete control. And when the Croat figures out he was played, he confronts Negan. Negan just exiles him. He really might not be the same man he used to be. Meanwhile, a lot has happened to the New Babylon group. They had to take out Lucia after she tried to hang them for treason. They ran into Bruegel, and now Pearlie is begrudgingly working with him to take down Negan. And basically everyone's gotten split up. Maggie's lost track of Hershel and Ginny. Ginny has been seeking revenge for her father and planning to take Negan out this entire season. She finally finds him, but she was injured earlier during the standoff with Lucia. She collapses before she can pull the trigger. Negan, of course, gets her to safety, but she's got a bad infection. He tries to get antibiotics for Ginny, but runs into horrifying Walker children. He hesitates too long and takes a nasty hit to the head. Now, he's concussed, hallucinating, and fails to find any antibiotics for Ginny. Rough day. Meanwhile, Maggie finds the exiled Croat, and he tells her what she suspected, but was afraid to actually know. Back in season 1, the Dama got in Hershel's head. She turned him. He felt like Maggie had disappeared so completely into her grief over Glenn and her obsession with Negan that there was nothing left for him. The Dama used that to brainwash Hershel. He actually volunteered the toe she used to manipulate Negan, And it gets worse. Hershel lit a tire fire to warn the Dama that they were coming. He's the reason the Dama was ready for the boat she blew up with those methane bombs earlier. So Maggie forces the Croat to help her find Hershel. On the journey, they cross a glass sky bridge together. She freezes. Now, the show frames it as her fear of heights, but the camera lingers on her face just a beat too long, and you start to wonder, is she scared of falling or thinking about it? Why don't you tell me? After the rough journey, the Croat quietly disappears, and Maggie finds Hershel. But that's not all she finds. Turns out the Dama is still alive. She's one tough cookie. Maggie's briefly held captive, then Hershel gives her an ultimatum. Take out Negan and we can be a family again. So, easy enough, she leaves to find Negan. Meanwhile, Bruegel and Pearlie show up at the church to take out Negan, but he's ready. He uses the oldest trick in the apocalypse, set fires everywhere and release walkers on Bruegel and his men. It's become classic at this point, what can I say? After the carnage, Negan captures Bruegel and Pearlie. He starts doing the famous eeny, meeny, miny, moe with Lucille 2.0, the bat. But little does he know, Maggie has arrived and is hiding and hearing all of this. And she is having some serious PTSD. Moe lands on Pearlie, but Negan flips the script, shoves a methane tube down Bruegel's throat, and lights it. I guess there is a little bit of the old Negan still in there. Pearlie breaks free and bolts. Negan goes after him alone, and while he's distracted, Maggie stabs him in the back and takes Lucille. Maggie stands over Negan holding his bat. Pearlie stands silently behind her. She's been waiting years for this moment. It looks like Negan is trying to crawl away to safety, but then Maggie realizes what he's doing. He's trying to make his way to Ginny. The infection won and Ginny has turned. Maggie looks at Negan breaking down right in front of her, and she finally decides to break the circle of violence. She hands Negan a knife, and he puts the little girl he learned to love down. After the chaos, Maggie leaves the two of them and returns to Hershel. He can tell just from the look on her face that she didn't follow through on their deal. She asks him to come home. He says no. So she does all she can do. She tells him she won't leave Manhattan and she will be there if he needs her. Now, Negan, Maggie, and Pearlie, three people with no business being in the same room without weapons drawn, hide together, watching New Babylon forces close in from every direction as they take the city over. It's going to be a very different city in Season 3, and that's where The Walking Dead Dead City Season 2 comes to an end. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to recapping another show for you very soon.